Ever wondered about the life of a sea otter? These playful marine mammals inhabit the coastal waters of the Pacific Ocean, from the shores of Japan to the cold waters of Alaska. Their world is one of constant activity, filled with grooming, hunting, and socializing. Sea otters are unique among marine animals. Unlike seals or whales, they don't have a layer of blubber to keep them warm. Instead, they rely on their dense fur, the thickest in the animal kingdom, to provide insulation against the cold ocean waters. This is why you'll often see them grooming meticulously, for a clean and fluffed up fur is vital to their survival. One of the sea otter's most endearing habits is their penchant for floating on their backs. This is not just a whimsical display of cuteness, but a necessary behavior for their lifestyle. They eat, rest, and even give birth while floating on the ocean's surface. Their diet mainly consists of sea urchins, crabs, snails, and small fish. They are known to use rocks as tools to crack open hard-shelled prey, a remarkable display of their problem-solving abilities. Sea otters are also known for their strong social bonds. They live in groups called rafts, which can range from a few individuals to several hundred. These rafts are usually segregated, with males and females forming separate groups. Within these rafts, sea otters often hold hands, a behavior known as rafting, to prevent drifting apart while sleeping. Despite their playful demeanor, sea otters are not just frolicking in the ocean for our amusement. They are a keystone species, meaning their presence or absence drastically affects the health and balance of their ecosystem. They are top predators in their habitats, feeding on sea urchins and other invertebrates. This keeps the sea urchin population in check, which in turn helps to preserve the kelp forests, a vital part of the marine ecosystem. However, beyond their adorable antics, sea otters play a crucial role in maintaining the health of their marine ecosystems. As keystone species, sea otters are top predators in their habitat. Now, what does this mean exactly? Well, imagine a world where the balance of nature is held in the paws of a playful furry creature. Intriguing, isn't it? Sea otters, with their insatiable appetite, primarily feast on sea urchins, crabs, and a variety of invertebrates. This may sound like a simple dietary preference, but it's so much more than that. These cute critters are actually the unsung heroes of their marine ecosystems, maintaining a delicate balance that's vital to the survival of numerous other species. You see, sea urchins, though small, can pose a significant threat to kelp forests, the underwater jungles of the ocean. If left unchecked, they can overgraze on kelp, causing what's known as an urchin barren, a desolate underwater wasteland devoid of kelp. Here's where our furry friends come in. By feasting on sea urchins, sea otters keep their population under control. This allows the kelp forests to thrive, creating a lush underwater habitat for a multitude of marine life. In essence, the sea otter's dining habits are a crucial factor in preserving biodiversity in the ocean. But the role of sea otters extends beyond their dietary preferences. These creatures are also ecosystem engineers. They use kelp as a tool to anchor themselves while resting or eating, and in the process, they create pockets of slower-moving water. This provides a safe haven for smaller marine creatures, further contributing to the diversity of life within the kelp forest. So the next time you see a sea otter cracking open a sea urchin on its chest, remember, it's not just enjoying a meal. It's participating in the intricate dance of the ecosystem, maintaining the equilibrium of life beneath the waves. By keeping populations of sea urchins in check, sea otters help protect kelp forests from overgrazing and maintain the balance of the ecosystem. So let's celebrate these charming guardians of the marine world, for their role is as vital as it is enchanting. Sea otters are not only ecological warriors, but also social animals. They boast an intriguing social structure that is both complex and fascinating. Unlike many marine mammals, sea otters are not solitary creatures. They often form groups known as rafts, which can consist of up to 100 individuals, though typically, these rafts segregate by gender. Male otters form their own rafts, while females and their young group together. These groups offer protection and companionship, but they also provide an essential platform for learning. Young otters or pups are born into a world of water and kelp, and it's within this aquatic playground that they learn the skills needed to survive. Pups are born with a natural buoyancy, their thick fur filled with enough air to keep them afloat. But swimming, diving, and hunting are skills they must learn, and that's where the mothers step in. A sea otter mother is the epitome of dedication and care. From the moment her pup is born, she becomes its protector, teacher, and nurturer. In the early days, the mother otter carries her pup on her belly, keeping it warm and safe from predators. She grooms it meticulously, ensuring its fur retains enough air to keep it buoyant. As the pup grows, the mother teaches it to dive and hunt, often playing with it to strengthen its muscles and enhance its coordination. Learning to use tools is another crucial lesson in the life of a sea otter pup. Sea otters are one of the few animal species that use tools, often using rocks to crack open the hard shells of their prey. This skill is taught by the mother, passed down from generation to generation. Life in the sea otter raft is a mix of play, learning, and survival, with the mother otter playing a pivotal role in her pup's development. Mothers are devoted caregivers, nurturing their pups with tender care and teaching them essential survival skills such as hunting and foraging. Despite their critical ecological role, sea otters face numerous threats. As we delve into the challenges these captivating creatures encounter, it's important to acknowledge the urgent need for action. The primary threat to sea otters is habitat loss. The coastal waters they call home are shrinking due to human activity, including development and climate change. Rising sea levels, coastal erosion, and changes in water temperature can disrupt the delicate balance of the kelp forests where sea otters live and hunt, leading to a reduction in their food sources and safe spaces. Pollution is another significant challenge. Chemical contaminants from agricultural runoff, oil spills, and other sources can find their way into the ocean, posing a lethal threat to sea otters. These pollutants can damage the otter's thick, insulating fur, exposing them to hypothermia. Worse still, they can contaminate the food chain, leading to diseases and reproductive problems that can decimate otter populations. Sea otters are also at risk from entanglement in fishing gear. Abandoned or lost fishing nets, known as ghost nets, can ensnare otters, causing injury, stress, and often a tragic end. Similarly, traps intended for crabs and other marine creatures can inadvertently capture sea otters, posing yet another threat to their survival. These challenges, coupled with natural threats like predation and disease, make life perilous for sea otters. However, despite these obstacles, there is hope. Around the world, scientists, conservationists, and even ordinary citizens are rallying to protect these enchanting creatures. Efforts range from cleaning up polluted waters and removing dangerous fishing gear to establishing protected marine areas and rehabilitating injured otters. These actions, while significant, are just the beginning. There's so much more that needs to be done to not only preserve these fascinating creatures, but also protect the vital ecosystems they inhabit. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these charismatic creatures and ensure their survival for future generations. Our collective actions today will determine the fate of the sea otters and the enchanting underwater world they guard. In a world filled with wonder and beauty, sea otters stand as guardians of the kelp forests. These charming creatures are more than just playful residents of the Pacific Ocean. They are key players in a delicate ecological balance, pivotal to the survival of the kelp forests they call home. Sea otters' voracious appetite for sea urchins and other invertebrates keeps these populations in check, preventing overgrazing and ensuring the lush kelp forests thrive. These forests are not just beautiful underwater landscapes. They are vital habitats for countless marine species, acting as nurseries for young fish, and providing food and shelter to a diverse array of oceanic life. Moreover, kelp forests are mighty warriors in the fight against climate change. They absorb vast amounts of carbon dioxide, helping to mitigate the impacts of global warming. By protecting the kelp, sea otters indirectly contribute to the health of our planet, making their conservation an issue of global importance. Unfortunately, sea otters face numerous threats. Habitat loss, pollution, and entanglement in fishing gear are all too common. Their populations have plummeted, with their numbers dwindling dangerously low in the past. But there is hope. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these charismatic creatures. Marine protected areas have been established, providing safe havens for sea otters to live and breed. Rehabilitation and release programs nurse injured or orphaned otters back to health, giving them a second chance at life. Laws have been enacted to curb pollution and regulate fishing practices, reducing the risks otters face in their daily lives. These efforts are not just about saving one species. They're about preserving the intricate web of life in our oceans. Every creature, no matter how small, plays a part in maintaining this balance. When we protect the sea otters, we're safeguarding the health of our oceans and, in turn, our planet. They are symbols of resilience, harmony, and the interconnectedness of life in our oceans.